What's good, everybody? You already know what it is. It's Ron Cryptex here, coming to y'all with another video. And as you can see from the title, today we'll be talking about these ICOs, these lending ICOs. You know, as I said before in my previous videos, these aren't traditional ICOs. You know, these are like, I would say these are like popular right now, more of a niche thing, something that's like a phase. You know, it's good. It's a phase right now. Going on in the crypto space, you know, and the reason I bring this up to you because, you know, these are honestly one of the best ways to make a lot of money as of right now, but they're highly risky. You know, it's kind of like gambling. Honestly, it is gambling. It is. I mean, it is gambling. You know, and, you know, nobody has a crystal ball. You can't win them all. You know, but if you diversify enough, you know, you will hit a few, and hitting a few is well over good enough, you know. So let's talk about a few of these real quick. Essentially, these ICOs, these lending ICOs, like let's talk about Rego. Rego coin. Let's talk about Rego coin. Come on. Computer's so slow. Okay, here's Rego coin, and then let's talk about. I'm just gonna do a few. Alright, so while we wait for those, so basically these lending platforms, what happens is they have some motto, some goal, you know, they want to achieve. And a lot of them, you know, they're kind of similar to me, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them look similar to me, but they do try to have something unique about them that differentiates them from other lending platform ICOs, so that they can, you know, obviously get more investors. And the whole purpose of these lending ICOs is that they're a technology company that wants, you know, to become big, and they want to, you know, achieve their motto, and they try to get more and more investors to invest in them, so that they can, you know, obviously use that money to achieve their goals. So it's like investing in the IPO if you're in the stock markets and stuff like that. You know what that is. I'm not gonna really go into that, but this is an ICO for cryptocurrency, you know. And what that means is you as an individual can invest, you know, and potentially make a lot of money. Now, what happens in these ICOs is usually they have an initial coin offering, where they're selling. I'm going to relate it to assets because a lot of people that are new into this space don't really fully grasp the concept or notion of coins and tokens yet. So let's relate it to assets or stocks or whatever. They're selling their stocks, which in our case are their tokens or coins, for initial amounts, and usually it's under $1. Some of them, they do start at $1, but that's very rare. So they're selling for initially under $1, and what happens is, you know, after they close their ICO launch period, meaning, you know, they're no longer offering tokens to sell or coins to sell, you know, they've sold out however much tokens or coins they want to sell out, and they've raised enough money, enough funds for them to continue doing what they want to do to achieve their goals. Now they can put their plans into place. And basically, you know, usually about a month or after, depending on how good or reputable the company is, and if they're not scamming, you know, the value of their tokens do jump, because what happens is and these are lending ICOs, I tell you. So with these lending ICOs is when you invest in them, and when you buy into their token, you have the option to then lend with their token. This is where their value comes from. You use their token and you lend their token so that they can pay you a certain interest every single day, right? So say after a month, the tokens that you bought for 50 cents each are now worth $10, okay? And then you lend the token. Well, now the company now has all that money, but what they do is they pay you an interest on the amount of worth that you're lending, you know, the token for every single day. And then after a certain amount of days, they usually release your initial capital. So if you lend about $1,000 worth of tokens to them, you know, they'll pay you 1% of that, which is like $10 every single day. And then after, let's say, 90 days, they'll release $1,000 to you, and you can do more research into that and whatnot. But that's basically the gist of it. And you know, a lot of these has made a lot of people a lot of money, and a lot of these has also scammed people, which is why you always want to diversify and never put your eggs in one basket. And you do want to do your research and try to minimize the risk of those scammy ones, because there's some that are scams and they're obvious scams, and you don't want to invest in the ones that are obvious scams, you know, obviously. So you do want to do your research. There's a lot of videos. I will be making a couple videos on ICOs too that I'm currently in. And the reason I brought up these two because yeah, these are one of the ones that blew up, you know. Poloniex, I believe their ICO was either last month or the month before, and it's only $13 right now just because of the volatility, and you know, it's Christmas time, so all of the cryptocurrencies has been decreasing in value lately, but I believe they will go back up very shortly. But if we look at the graph here, guys, when Poloniex first launched in, I guess, when is this? Oh, let me go there. Wait, this is all right. So when Poloniex first launched, I guess, yeah, I'm guessing this is when it first launched. Let's say it launched for about, wait, what the hell? Okay, whatever. During the ICO period, Poloniex went for about 72 cents, and it gradually went up for each round. And then when it first launched, it was about $14, which already, if you got in at $1, you know, that's a 14x. If you got in under $1, then you know that's even more, you know. So as you can see, the value went up for a long time, and it was fluctuating a lot. But either way, if you got in for $1 or less, guys, or even if you got in at $2, whatever, how much you got in, if you got in very cheap, even selling it at any of these prices, you know, is very good. If you were to sell it at 20 or 21, that's even better, you know. It just depends on how long you're willing to wait, or if you believe it's gonna go up, you know. Personally, I don't know. I would sell it a little bit and then hold a little bit just to see how the market goes. But honestly, if you get something at $1 and then you can sell it for $18, guys, I mean, you know, money is money. You know, it might not be the most amount of money you could have made, but at the end of the day, it is some money. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, you can look into more what an ICO is, but this is just a broad overview. And the reason I bring this video to you guys is because this is how you, all right, Bitcoin, I see the value of Bitcoin going up in the next few months. I don't know how much, but you know, I'm looking at 50K, maybe even 100K, you know. And the whole goal, at least for me, I don't know about you guys, you know, is for me to get a couple Bitcoin, you know, because be like holdings. I don't think they're used for transaction big assets. My goal is to see what now this for you to do and all it very cheap, you know, short time, whatever 10 or 20, you know, this, you know, it's $1,000, and $1,000 is a lot of money. I want to invest $1,000. That's why I would diversify that $1,000 across maybe 5 of these ICOs, you know, $200 in each, right? And say you guys look, $200 at 50 cents is 400 tokens, all right? So you spent $200, you got 400 tokens. If after a month, when that ICO goes into an exchange, external, say it goes for even $10, guys, right? So $10 times 400 tokens that you had bought for $200, right? That's 4,000, guys. And, you know, and if you can see what's going on here, guys, there's a lot of potential to make money in this space, and it won't last forever. So I mean, I'm not gonna suggest. I'm not a financial advisor or anything, and I shouldn't have to tell you guys, you know, that, you know, don't take what I say. Just do it, you know, do your own research, you know, do your due diligence. So yeah, I mean, some of these ICOs like Regal Coin hit $90. People got in at 72 cents. So say you had 1,000 tokens, you spent 720.